heading to Chicago. Behind me is Flixbus. It's the bus that'll take me from Indianapolis to Chicago. So this bus will take me from Indianapolis to Chicago, and I'm basically staying there for the weekend, Labor Day weekend. Arrived to Chicago. Alright, I made it onto the CTA Chicago bus, so this should take me towards downtown Magnificent Mile area. Well, there we go. I made it to Chicago with just buses. I am at the Museum of Ice Cream in Chicago. There's other locations like New York, Austin, Singapore, and Shanghai. So this is a new museum in Chicago. So behind me is the sprinkle room. There's like, I think, tens of millions of sprinkles. You can't eat them, but I'm gonna go jump in. it started to rain. That bridge is the start to Michigan Ave, also known as Magnificent Mile, and it runs through a part of downtown Chicago. It's pretty much like the fanciest, nicest place. Michigan Ave goes all the way down that far. This part here is Wacker Drive. It kind of circles around the loop and connects to the Riverwalk. Yeah, it's raining pretty much, so I think I'm just gonna wind down and check into my hotel soon. So this hotel is actually not the place that I'm staying at, but this is called the London House Hotel. It's right very close to Michigan Ave downtown, and they have a really fun rooftop that you should definitely check out if you ever go to Chicago. So I am at Langham Hotel, Chicago. It's about maybe 1 or 2 blocks from Michigan Ave, and it's a very nice hotel. I'm basically just hotel hopping right now. So behind me, this is like Nordstrom. It's kind of like one of the big department stores right off of Michigan Ave. And I'm basically just waiting until I can check into my hotel, which is at 3 o'clock. So this is the Park Hyatt Hotel in Chicago. It's about maybe another 1 or so blocks just off of Michigan Ave. It's a very nice hotel, and they have a rooftop and a pretty good sushi restaurant. So behind me is the MCA. It also stands for the Museum of Contemporary Art. It's one of the many art museums in Chicago. Of course, the most famous one is probably the Art Institute, which is also along Michigan Ave, but that's more like across from the loop instead of River North. So this hotel is not the one I'm staying at, it's the Intercontinental. And little tip and trick, I actually just asked them to keep my bag, and then I just came in and got it a couple hours later, so sometimes you can do that. All right, made it to the hotel that I'm actually staying at. It's called the Freehand Hotel, and it's just a couple of blocks off Michigan Ave. So it's basically in River North. I am on the 12th floor, and I am in a quad room, which means I will be sharing a room with potentially 3 other people. Well, this is where I'm staying tonight. This is my bunk bed, number 1. Alright, this should be a little fun adventure. I'm gonna take a nap because I am super tired, and then I think after that I'm gonna head out to one of the parks to catch some jazz music. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you the view. Well, this is Chicago. See, the thing about walking in Chicago and the sidewalks is sometimes you have right of way. Sometimes you have right of way as a pedestrian, but there'll still be like a left green for some cars. So you kind of have to like figure out what you want to do. So behind me is probably the most tourist visited place in all of Chicago. It's the Bean. So this is Millennium Park, and during Labor Day weekend they have what is their jazz festival. So I came to see this, not the Bean. So they just finished one of the ensembles. And I'm going to try and move to a closer seat. Just in case that they have a keyboardist, I would love to see their fingers.
What you gonna do? Say what you gonna do? Say how you gonna act? I'm a party brother, you solid.
It's crazy how 1 minute it's daylight and then the next the lights are on in the city. So I got a margarita pizza from this restaurant, Siena Tavern. It's a nice pizza Italian restaurant right off of River North, pretty close to the Riverwalk. I was going to go to a different pizza place, but they ended up being too busy, so I stopped here. Sometimes there's no greater feeling than being out in the city at night. And behind me is the Drake Hotel. It's on Walton Drive, I think. It's a very old-fashioned hotel, but that's part of what makes Chicago, Chicago. You might think looking behind me that it's like nighttime, but it's actually a little before 6 o'clock in the morning. This is going to be one of my last days in Chicago, so I guess I really want to make the most of it today.
Your safety is important. If you observe unattended packages, manually
Behind me is the Chicago Board of Trade building. It's my favorite building in all of Chicago.